What's up, everybody? I am the Zombuddy, and welcome back to Major Minor. I am joined once again by my lovely wife, Hoshi.
Oh, hi.
I think we're getting to the end, and I had a very random thought right before we started this recording. I never gave anyone the teddy bear I got at the start. And the game has not given me an option to give it to anybody, and it said...
Except for Keela at the beginning.
At the very beginning, I could have gave it to Keela or Rook at the very beginning, and then it said, when I kept it for myself, that not all items have an immediate use. So I'm like, can I just hand the teddy bear to the horrible demon OCs and make them feel better?
I doubt it.
Have a teddy bear. Now we're in the tavern? This is the tavern. My eyes slowly open and I examine my surroundings. I know where this is. The Wayfarer's Tavern. A sharp pain pulses in my abdomen and I grab at it. I notice a large bandage is present, dried with blood. There's no wrapping a full pierce with a bandage that went through major organs.
Ow.
But it must have been phantom pain as it subsides. Flashbacks of the ballroom bombard my mind. I shake my head in an effort to push them away. I didn't need to be reminded of that right now. I bring myself to a sitting position. I let my feet touch the ground beneath me, beneath the bed. The cold of the wood makes me shiver. I feel dizzy at my sudden movements. Moments later the door opens, almost as if they heard me shifting around.
Wow, it's good to see you up again. You've been out cold for almost a week. That injury, we thought you'd be dead.
He laughs it off and gives me a smile. A great example of bedside manner.
Hey, Conrad, get in here. Your special friend is moving again.
Special friend, oh my. PB rests his back against the wall. After a few seconds, I hear someone run up the stairs. Sure enough, it's Conrad, panting softly as he enters. PB, you better not be... He cuts himself off the moment he sees me. David, I can't believe it. Almost everyone said that you'd die. But I can't lose you just yet, I can't. He runs to the chair beside the bed and sits down. I still need you to get to Velasquez. Your journey here is far from over. But don't move too much here. I cut him off and let him know that I'm fine. My body is just a little stiff from lack of motion.
No way. A wound like that needs time. In fact, why are you even sitting up? You'll make it open back up or something.
I don't know why they're so paranoid. Much to their objection, I stand straight up. Conrad puts his hands out as if to brace for my fall, but I look at both of them, telling them I'm fine. They look at each other, confused. Did they expect my condition to be worse?
Is defying death something you do often?
No. Well, maybe. Kinda.
You got stabbed clean through, you know. There was a literal hole in your body. There's no way in hell you should be alive. And nobody's given me any details.
I want them juicy deets.
Almost everyone has been silent so far.
Wait, wasn't she working with Riley?
Yes.
I guess that what Rayo said was true. He really did save us from Nami and Nagi. But at the same time, I can't disclose this to them. They'd probably pass off the Ark as some hallucination. A weird vision due to my blood loss. I couldn't expect them to believe me. But at the same time, I'm thankful. Rayo really did have my safety at heart. Well, he is the savior, you know. Never short of surprises, this one. Besides, the mystery man was right. He said that David would survive. I'm surprised none of you believed us.
Fine, you win. Good thing I didn't place any bets. Hang tight, I'll send him upstairs.
PP leaves the room and heads downstairs. Mystery man. What did they mean by that? Who the fuck do you think? I sit back down and look at Conrad. Well, a lot of us don't remember. Player's residence is just a big blur. After everything ended, we woke up here. PP had to fill us in on everything. We were brought here by a stranger. Some random man saved our lives. He said that he tended to your wound. He told us that you'd live through this. But I was the only one who believed him. It's nice to know that he was right. The other people were starting to get to me. Pessimism can do that. You know how it is. I just didn't expect it to go so fast. A wound like that should take months, if it even heals up at all. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's that nothing is impossible. You can leave Terra after all. Everybody says that's impossible. but the word doesn't mean it can't be done. It's more like it deters us from trying.
True.
So I expected you to prove them wrong. It seems like you're good at that. He smiles at me, and I start to wonder, this mystery man, could it be? The pieces start to fit together in my mind, but there's no need for my mind to do any work before I can continue thinking. He enters the room. Oh, here he is now. David, why don't you thank him? You owe him your life, after all. Oh, I believe there's no need. We have a sort of arrangement. ṟouᴄ holds his hand out towards me. It's like the other times, but this feels different. After leaving the Ark, he still follows me. There'd be so many places he could go instead. But here he was, in the real world. Not really. No longer held back by a prison or the Ark. He'd be free to do whatever he wanted. And that thought was both terrifying and reassuring. He doesn't maintain his powers when he leaves, I think.
Well, he said he was going to keep a sliver of his powers.
Yeah, to save me. Come, David. You have a royal ball to attend, and some final truths to unveil. What the hell?
And the achievement is Date with Destiny.
I think the only achievements I'm missing are the stories I missed.
Probably.
Hi, Anubis! It would seem that time has come, Dusk. I must make my final preparations. What would you have me do? Surely I can help you, my liege. I can hear the voices from outside. Didn't expect this many to come. I'm afraid I'm getting a little nervous. It's natural, I'm sure. This is a big day for you, Velasquez. Soon you'll reveal everything. I can only hope for a positive reception. Perhaps this is why I'm scared. I have no way of knowing how they'll react. When I tell them, they're all dead. You're all dead as hell. Which gives a lot of credence to possibly Sam or Kaylin being the dead older sister. When they say older sister, I'm thinking Sam.
Yeah. She's a fox, after all.
Right. It's different from no other speech.
And she does try to protect, but she also does weapons.
Right. Well, she's like straight up an assassin.
Uh-huh. Sexy assassin, but assassin nonetheless.
The sexy part helps with the assassin part. There's a lot of that in history.
Yep.
Don't overthink it like that, my lord. Focus on poise. Speak loud and strong. You're in the highest position of power. You need to focus on how you say things. It's more important than what you say. Kind of true.
Kinda, yeah.
I suppose you're right. As usual, you have a way to calm me. I'll choose to focus on my demeanor. That's a good idea, Velasquez. It would be bad to show them fright. In turn, they'll feel scared as well. Your bearing transfers to your subjects.
True.
A happy king creates a happy world. That one's a little less.
Depends.
Depends on what happy king is happy about.
If Happy King is happy about, subjugating all of his people and, making their lives hell, and that makes him happy, then, yeah, no, that doesn't work. But if, he's a good and gracious king and, does good for his people and that makes him happy, then yeah, his people are happy, so it makes a happy world.
Your bearing transfers to your subjects. A happy king creates a happy world. That is something you must remember. Creating a happy world. Yes, I'd quite like that, Dusk. Thank you again for your input. It's an honor. Is there anything else I can do? I suppose we can't delay this any further. Please, go ahead and open the gates. We must prepare for a very special guest. An auspicious day is the name of the achievement. Hi, Sam. How are you? Are the fake tits treating you well? You mean you two know each other? I thought you were just some stranger. I guess you could say that's still the case. I've been less than forthcoming until now.
Shit.
That's an understatement. But to answer your question, we do. I'm sensing some kind of story here. You haven't been lying, have you? I shake my head. Of course I haven't been lying. I just didn't think that anybody would believe me. The story of the Ark and my destiny was quite strange. Well, go on. I'm listening. You can't just leave me hanging.
I'm pretty sure we could.
I'm afraid we might have to, Conrad. you wouldn't understand the truth. It's quite a complex situation. Don't belittle me, man. Just start with the basics. I'm more capable than you think. I dealt with cancer. Shit's crazy. ṛouᴉ let out a huge sigh, likely of annoyance. He probably didn't want to explain things to Conrad, especially after he just finished doing that with me. Or did the timelines not add up that way? I guess he still had to train Acheron. That means more time may have passed for him. Either way, he doesn't seem interested in talking. But his disinterest didn't stop Conrad from trying.
Well, it's a long story. But me and Velasquez work together. We've been partners for quite a while. That's bogus, ṛouᴉ! I would have seen you before. I practically lived in the castle.
Well, it's not that simple, Conrad. I'm not exactly what you'd call a Terran. I watched over this world from far away.
Come again?
That's all I'm willing to say right now. I worked with Velasquez for a long time. You could say we ruled Terra together. I believe that Kalen found this out, probably why he was sent to Player's prison. Velasquez wanted to keep me a secret. I was what you'd call a scapegoat. It's thanks to me that David is alive. I was able to stop Nami and Nagi, too. But if my existence was made public, well, I'd probably be dead right now. Then there would be infinite suffering. So, I hope you can forgive Velasquez, Conrad. Keeping Kalen quiet saved the world. Having him talk would have been catastrophic.
Right, he mentioned that, didn't he? Said Kalen had some royal secrets. Secrets that could ruin King Velasquez.
Of course, that's far from the truth. Velasquez isn't up to anything sinister. Your friend just had an undying grudge.
I knew it! Velasquez isn't evil! I didn't even believe what Riley said. He said that Velasquez was his employer. It was just a trick, wasn't it? To catch Endymion off guard. That way he could make his move.
Exactly. He wanted you to blame Velasquez. He planted seeds of regicide within you. I guess he thought you'd kill the king. At that point, he'd off-lord Player. Then the throne would be his to take. Quite admirable, I'd give him that. But Player was his puppet no longer. Riley's ambitions died alongside him. That's what happens when you serve yourself.
Speaking of which, where is Player? I haven't seen him since the ballroom.
I gave him a good head start. He said he'd wanted to get away from this. Start all over again, make a new life. It wasn't in my nature to deny him. So I guess you could say that Player is dead. He's starting over as a new man.
Until someone manipulates him again. That was a stupid thing to do, ṛouᴉ.
Perhaps. But that is all I'm going to tell you. You've said that twice. Know that Velasquez's goal is honorable, and David will help make his vision real. I'm sorry that you lost your friend. I'm sorry that you went through all of this. But it couldn't have happened any other way.
Whatever. It's fine.
Thanks for telling me what you did. Now that I know that Velasquez is clean. So I guess it's time to head to the ball. I heard he's going to make a big speech. This probably has to do with you, David. I wouldn't doubt it, actually. His secrecy made people doubtful. They started to think he was evil. But if he opens up to everybody, perhaps their minds will be put at ease. Probably not. Because he's probably going to have to say, "You're all dead. And I'm Anubis. Enjoy." We're working towards a better future. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious. So we should stop wasting so much time. If we stay here, we'll miss everything. Words of wisdom, Conrad. We wouldn't want to be late for this thing. After all, David is the guest of honor. Well, wouldn't I want to be fashionably late then? All right, let's get downstairs then. People will want to see you, David. They all thought you were dead meat. And thanks for being open with me. I didn't mean to accuse you of lying. It just seemed a little far-fetched.
No shit.
Conrad smiles as he leaves the room. I can hear him descend the stairs with heavy steps.
I like that coffee table.
Horrible story about time travel and death and life and the flow of death and life. And oh, look at that coffee table. It's pretty.
It's sorry?
True. It's true. You did make friends here. Perhaps it's time to say goodbye to them. When you meet the king, this'll all be over. He leaves the room after giving me a slight bow. I can't believe this is actually coming to a close. Everything we've worked for, it's happening today. I guess it really is time to say goodbye. I love that song! I leave the room and follow after both of them. It was time to see how this would all play out. Yes, I would like to save my game, because I think the next episode will be the last one.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I believe it will be. Okay, so, I believe next we're going to go to the ball, air quotes, at the palace. He's probably going to tell everyone, you're all dead. And
Maybe.
then there's going to be panic.
Probably.
But here's hoping we will see the end in the next episode. So until then, bye.
Bye, guys.